Good day to you and welcome to episode 4.1 on how to start streaming. This episode is for OBS, Open Broadcast Software. 4.2 will be on XSplit. If you are or if you want to use XSplit, I suggest skipping this tutorial and go to tutorial 4.2. If you do want to use the free software of OBS, then of course I recommend you to continue watching this. Alright, as you can see, the channel has changed a little bit again. First of all, after these tutorials, after 4.2, we're gonna go a little bit more into the advanced work, and after that we'll get some tips as well. But for now, if 4.2 is done tutorial, then you basically can start streaming your own setup, and you did everything as basic, as much as professional as you can with the skills, basic skill sets. So let's see what kind of changes we made so far. There are a couple of minor things that a couple of minor things that I changed out in the ARC tutorial channel. First of all, we now have a header as on the links, for instance on Artomian, but also on Better TV, follower alert. We can now also thicken out, bold out the certain words for that as well. Put a line between it and make it italic. How you do that is very simple. I do not have the page at hand at the moment, but I'll keep that I'll remind myself for tutorial 4.2 on how to do that. If you want to know that, then go to tutorial 4.2. Alright, for now, let's get into OBS. First of all, what you want to do is of course download OBS. So let's do that, or at least I already did. But just for humor's sake, type in OBS in Google, go to Open Broadcast Software, and download it for Windows 7.8, or if you are using Apple OS 10.8. And I highly doubt that anybody at all is playing and streaming with Linux, but it might be possible. Apologies for those who do watch these tutorials and actually use Linux. But once you got it installed, you get this kind of icon, Open Broadcast Software. And let's get over the basic settings. This is the one that I have. Let's update it very quickly. Yes, you may update. Very much, and then I need to restart it, of course, again. There we go. So you get basically this, and I'm gonna go over everything. So first off, you don't have these scenes. Just pretend that you don't have them at the moment, because if I have to remove them right now, I have to do my entire UI all over again for my own stream. So we're just gonna go over it with a new scene, and then we'll show you on how to add stuff. First of the settings. Now I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm gonna assume that you want to stream on 1080p. So that's the settings we're gonna use. The general settings, of course, English, enable cursor over projector. That definitely you wanna keep on. Encoding, not that much changed on the basics either, except for the bitrate. You might want to adapt that to what kind of internet connection you have. For me, that's 2300. Actually, might be a little bit high though. Let's just go for 2000 then. 2000 is usually the standard application, unless you have a very good internet connection. Then go for higher. My bitrate, let's put it on 128. Codec will be AAC format, and stereo or channel, don't change that either. Enable CBR padding if it's off in your case, and use custom buffer size, and then encoder X264. Broadcast settings. You want to go to live stream mode on Twitch, of course. You can browse a couple of them, and I've noticed that there since Twitch got taken over by Amazon.com, more of the streaming platforms are popping up. Got a few beta invites actually myself for it. Next up is the FMS URL. That's basically the server that you're streaming off. That's the closest one to you, the country that is. For me, it's Amsterdam, because I'm from the Netherlands, of course. But for you, that might be totally something different. Then the next thing is PlayPath stream key. The stream key is very easy to get. You just simply go to your dashboard, then go to stream key, then you click on show key, and then once it shows, you can copy and paste it completely over here. That basically means that your OBS now is connected to your Twitch account. Auto reconnect, always keep it on. For the rest, the file path is for local recording. Small reminder for that, it will pull out on .flvs. So if you want to have MP4 formats, you're gonna have to download a converter program. Let me see. Replay buffer size, that's not that big of an interesting thing either. Let's get to video. You want to have a base resolution, it's custom, 920 by 1080. That's the ratio of 16:9. That's the dimensions for streaming on 1080p. You don't want to have it downscaled, and you want to have your FPS on 30 to 60. I know there are people that are asking constantly, like, what's the difference between 30 FPS and 60 FPS? Well, 30 FPS is kind of stable. Even if you have a higher end graphical card, 30 is still the most stable one, unless you're running dual Titans or something like that. Then by all means put them on 60. But I would definitely recommend keeping your FPS on 30. It's good enough, trust me. Oh, yeah. If you are running Call of Duty and you have, or another FPS that you have a high-end graphical card, yeah, put it on 60 then. Video adapter, of course, the GPU that you have in your computer, or graphical card in layman's term. You have no other option, so that's good as well. Audio, there's not that much changed either. You don't have to force your microphone. You can have push to talk if you want to, but and you can, of course, I have it on default because it gives a very weird faint sound for me if I actually put it on my HDMI, but that's okay. Hotkeys, don't touch this. Advanced, there's not that much you want to have changed as well, except for x64 CPU percent. You can have it on very fast, super fast, and ultra fast, does not matter. It's a slightly better improvement, but very fast keeps it stable. Encoding profile me. Use CFR, bind interface default, and then that's pretty much it. There we go. Alright, so now you have your settings ready, and you want to get a you want to start your stream. Okay, so Arc tutorial. Let's make a new scene. So you might want to right mouse click, add scene, and then make it mainstream, because you have a couple of them. I've got it. This is named. Oh, this is kind of weird. Name it stream. If you have an AFK screen and you want to do the slideshows, I'll show you that in a moment as well. So Arc tutorial. Then you have sources on the right side. You can add a source. For instance, a stream UI. Add image. Call it stream interface. There we go. And then browse the interface that you have. See if I can find it somewhere. very fast. YouTube intro. Am I saying that right? Or am I not? No, it might be actually on logo and UI. That's my own work. Am I going mad here? Oh, there we go. Then add that. You don't have to change out anything over here. And if you want to see it, you have a button down here. It says preview stream. This is how my stream UI looks like. And I'm actually noticing for the first time it looks totally crap on the upper side. But then again, we made this as a tutorial, so it's not actually getting used anyway. Alright. Next up. If you want to edit any kind of the scenes, you can simply click on edit scene. You'll notice that there's a scaling border around here and that you can scale it out. Perfect. Now if you want to do it in a certain dimension, custom dimension, then keep your shift key in and drag it like that. A lot of people don't know this actually, surprisingly. Alright, so at any time if you want to get the border off again, then click edit scene again and it's gone. Let me see. If you want to add, let me see, and text, for instance, it's simply put scroll text in. There we go. You can choose your own font out of the font list of your operating system. And let's put in a text. Test, test, test. Arctomian is totally awesome. And awesome is spelled wrong, I know that. There was an option for scrolling text somewhere here. Am I going mad here? There used to be a thingamajiggy over here that scroll mode. Oh yeah, there we go. If I'm correct, it should go over, and now you notice that scrolling text is completely gone. Let's see where it is. It's over here. Alright, so let's roll that out. As you can see, it's not scrolling, so let's get to the properties again. Apparently that's not the one. Use custom text, use outline. No, this is for strokes, by the way, if you want to have a stroke around your letter type. Still haven't found the scrolling option here. Kind of weird. Oh yeah, here, scroll speed. Jesus, must be blind as a bat. If we want to scroll up, you can actually do it. Unlike XSplit, you can have it a certain amount of speed. As you can see, you can give it a different color, and unlike XSplit as well, you can completely customize the color as well. Come on. Well, that apparently didn't work. What if I give a blue outline? That did not work either. Alright, fair enough. At least normally you can choose the color around the outlines as well as the color of the text. That's pretty much the text. Let's remove that again. Alright, if you want to add a camera, you can do so with, let me see, video capture device. We call this cam. And as you can see, you can add your cam to it. Now, don't be afraid, I'm gonna show my ugly mug in a moment. You can pretty much customize everything out. This is the advantage of having OBS instead of XSplit, because XSplit is very narrow in what you have as a cam option, but OBS is quite far with that. Going over to custom resolution, the FPS on it, everything, the buffering, the audio on it, wave output, chroma keying it out. It's completely customizable, and that's something XSplit doesn't have that much. So let's add that. Oh, thank God. My mug did not show, apparently, because I'm using XSplit currently to record. And then we can scale that down over here. Maybe you want to get it a little bit bigger on the upper side, so do it like that. My keyboard is having a bad day as well. Well, it seems like our tutorial was not meant to make it like that. Now this is the downside of it. I cannot, at least I haven't found out yet on how to dimension out certain a certain way of like X, Y, and Z, and how to make it custom how the cam looks. If I'm not completely sure on how to do that. If you do know that in OBS, then let me know in the comments below. I would very much appreciate it and learn to know about that. But for now, I absolutely have no idea on how to do that. So, because the cam will be over the interface, you want to get it down. You got a couple of options on that. Right mouse click on it, position, size, and then you can move it to the bottom. And you can also move, let me see, order. Move to the bottom, move to the top. You can move it one down if you have multiple sources, and you can move it up again. Let's move it down. There you have it. Alright, next up is the clear browser. I explained to you in the last tutorial here before this one. The clear browser needs to be downloaded. The way on how to do that, the fastest way that is to go to I think it was in the Night Dev Team's website for come on, there we go, follower alert. The follower alert will automatically bring you to the website of follower alert. If you already have follower alert, simply install this for OBS. That is the .bat file that you're gonna need in order to get the clear browser. In order to install the clear browser, you need to close off OBS first and then click on the .bat file, install it, and then open up OBS again. And then if you right mouse click on sources, you will find clear browser. If you're using Apple, it might be that clear browser will not show. In that case, please PM me. I will give you a written tutorial on how to get that done. Game capture, of course, you want to add a game. Just call that game capture. Well, in this particular case, Firefox is the application, but you can have Deepbot, you can have Skype into it. But if you have a game open already, if you want to capture a game, open up the game first before you add game capture, and it will show the game completely on top. You can also refresh it, of course. You can stretch the image to the screen, you can gamma it out a little bit, and so on and so on. And that's pretty much basically it on what OBS is. It looks very difficult, it isn't. Once you get the hang of it. You can also add images, by the way. Let's add an image. H, right. That was a typo. For instance, I want to get my logo somewhere else. Let's get that logo somewhere else. Here we go. And then shift again, keep shift pushed in order to give it a different kind of dimension. Here you can see that very clearly. Alright, that's pretty much it. You can also window capture. If you have multiple monitors, you can monitor capture as well. But basically we don't use that. There's one big difference out of that though. If you are local recording, monitor capture. If you are capturing, for instance, music on Dbot or on Nightbot or something like that, use window capture. You can adapt the dimensions for that, and that's quite handy as well. I'm not going to show you right now because we're getting something that's called streamception. But you will get window capture, and that's basically the same as screen capturing. It's a little bit more advanced because it takes a certain amount of dimensions. So it's a little bit more precise than with XSplit. If you want to start streaming, click on start streaming. Am I streaming now at the moment? I think I'm streaming. No, I'm not streaming. I'm of course previewing. If you want to start streaming, click streaming. Global sources, that's one more thing. You can add certain amount of sources, like for instance over here. Let me see if I can get that. No, I think if you add global sources, and then you can add a certain amount of source to the global sources, or make it a custom. So the moment that you're clearing out your complete UI, you can add it back again, or import it even. You can save it locally. Edit scene I already explained. Let's put that off again. The settings will get you to the same setting sites. And start recording is the local recording. Plugins is one other thing that you might wanna see. This is actually where the plugins for OBS show. There's a lot of plugins out there. I would recommend you, if you are an advanced OBS user, to go to Google and search them out. There's a big mod community for OBS. That's the positive side for OBS versus XSplit. OBS is completely open source, so plugins are being made by the community, and XSplit is basically only for the company that's making XSplit, and they're keeping up the plugins for it as well. And that's narrow. It's quite narrow for XSplit as well, to be honest. But that I will show you in 4.2. That's pretty much it. It's very easy, and it's a very small tutorial. I reckon 4.2 is going to be a very small tutorial as well. If you have any advices you want to give me, or if you want to tell me something else, please do it on the comments below. Do not forget to subscribe. I would very much like that. Sharing and liking is also appreciated. And I will see you on tutorial 4.2 if you're going to use XSplit. If not, I will see you on tutorial 5. I'm Octomium, and I'll see you then. Ta-ta!